Hey guys, I think we're live. I hope. Welcome to a rare lately a live edition of Guns and Gadgets. Figured I'd come on because I put out a post about an hour ago. I'm officially in quarantine, and I'll explain it why. I figured I'd come on and just chat for a little while. I haven't been around, been out of touch with reality for 3 days. It was nice. So I got a couple comments right away, and I figured I needed to explain what's going on. I'm not sick, not at all, and hopefully I never will be. But I went down to Florida. We have just got back. It was a trip that was nice. We got to do two things, which I'll tell you about here in a second. But I went down with my wife. The first time my wife and I have been away in 9 years. First time we've been away without the children. And it was pretty cool. We went down to Florida. We were in Gainesville and Port Orange, Daytona Beach area. Went down to see my mother-in-law, who is sick with cancer. I took an opportunity to let my wife see her mom. And for those of you who have sick family members, you kind of know what I'm getting at here. Mom moved away. And we haven't seen her in 9 years, and it might be the last time my wife can see her mom with us still. So like any solid husband, I did what we had to do, and she got a chance to see her mother. So also, my trip was very, very nice because the place I was staying was literally right behind Big Daddy Unlimited Studios and their shop and everything. And I got to go down there and meet the nice folks there, and some pretty cool people work there, man. You'll see some pretty cool stuff coming forward. Is this, you guys hearing me? Because somebody just said no audio. Let me know before I keep going. You guys have audio? Yes, no, maybe so? I hope so. John Gervais says no audio. If anybody can, audio working, yes, looks like it's working. Sorry, John Grievous. Sorry, I screwed up your last name too. Sorry, bud. It might be you. Looks like I have it. Everybody's saying it sounds good. All right. So, yeah, got to meet the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited, which was great because great people. They were like, we stayed right next to them, and got to bring my wife down to see her mother. So for any person who takes charge of their family, does the right thing, I could not take my wife to see her mom. But because I live in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I now am in quarantine, not because I am complying at all. Believe me when I tell you that. I'll tell you how that went down in a second. But I'll show you what Massachusetts, how bad it is here now. Let me see. I'm going to shrink this. Okay, it worked. It should be screen sharing right now. I'm not sick, guys. I am not sick. So, but here you can see this is the COVID-19 travel order for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And you have two options. If you leave the state, you have to fill out this Massachusetts travel form. If you're coming to Massachusetts, I didn't come here. I live here. Or you have to quarantine for 14 days or get a negative test within 72 hours. And if not, they think they can fine you $500 a day. I'm not doing any of that at all. That's not why I'm quarantined. Those of you who know or who've been around the channel for a while, we have 4 autistic children, and the kids have services that come into the house every day, Monday through Friday. And the ladies that work with them in a wide variety of strength building and skill building and stuff like that, the ladies are absolutely fantastic. If I could pay them myself, I would hire them in a flash. But we were notified yesterday that their company, which provides the service, obviously, is pulling them out of the house for 2 weeks for the safety of their employees, which I get. I mean, I don't agree with it, and I don't believe in this. I know COVID-19 is a thing. I know coronavirus is a thing, and it's not even debatable. It's there, but what is debatable is the constant misrepresentation of how bad it is as a whole. Yes, if somebody has pre-existing conditions, we know what can happen. All right, I know people who have passed because of coronavirus and COVID-19. I know people right now that have it. I know people who have beaten it. more people have beaten it than I know that have died from it. But the company pulled their services, so for 2 weeks we don't have services. They want us to be without it. So my wife and I are not stuck with. It's a terrible thing to sound like you're saying, but we have the kids for 2 weeks without services, and we'll make do. I mean, we had the kids before the services came into the house, but it's gonna be the frustrating part is it's tougher on the kids. This is actually the kids are gonna pay, and it's just in my mind it's asinine for something that even if I get sick, I have 99.6% chance of getting better. But that is me, and I'm doing this for the kids. As far as getting the test tomorrow, I'm going to get the swab to the brain test to try to get a negative result faster than the 2-week period they're going to pull people out. So hopefully prove that I'm negative. I can get the kids' services back. My wife and I are going to get the test tomorrow. Maybe I'll film it. Maybe I'll let you guys know how it goes down. I don't know any good stories from it. In fact, when I saw the first couple ones, I almost gagged. But yeah, a couple people saying, let me see if I can find it. Julie, boom. Zinc and vitamin C. Yes, I am going to start pumping. I actually have emergency upstairs for when I travel. I'm going to start swallowing that like I was like an orange tree or something. And I'm doing it for the kids. I'm not doing this because of any reason that the government told me I had to do it. The government can go pound sand. But yeah, I hope I don't get sick. But if I get it, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. But we did the thing that I wanted to explain was there's a question I have for everybody here. And the question is, if masks work, then why do people have to quarantine? And if the masks don't work, why do we have to wear them? Two-part question for you. The issue is that you can't get on a plane unless you wear a mask. So we had to wear a stupid mask for the plane. If you don't, then they refuse you on the flight, and we flew American Airlines, then you can never fly another American Airlines flight again. You're removed from eligibility to fly. So we had to go down and do it. Had to go see the mother-in-law. I know it did the right thing for my family and for my wife, so I'm okay with that. That's what's going on. So I put up that post there, and people were like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm not dying. I'm fine. Just have to deal with. I'm trying to get my services back for my kids sooner than later. So that's that. Let me see. I've been out of touch for 3 days, literally for 3 days. It's like really two and a quarter days I was in Florida, and really almost a day and a half was travel. I didn't really do anything. I did that one quick live video once Joe Biden announced that Kamala Harris was his running mate, and I will do more videos now I have nothing else to do. Nothing else to do. So I will be doing some more videos. I'll bring everybody up to snuff as far as why they chose Kamala, or why Kamala was chosen for Joe. It's to strengthen his stupidity, I think. And other than that, guys, I didn't follow any headlines. I just focused on family and focused on me and the wife and a couple of things we were doing, and that was it. So I am catching up right now. I just had dinner upstairs with the kids and the wife, and now I figured I'd come down and let everybody know why I posted that. Let everybody know that I haven't lost my mind. I'm not falling for government control. I'm actually trying to get the kids' services back. And if you're a dad, I think you would do what you had to do to help your kids. So that's the angle I'm going at it here. Try to take some questions. I haven't really had a chat or hang out with you guys in a long time, just because it's so much been going on with the second. Let's see if we can scroll through a couple here. Let's see. Don't take the test. Masks don't work. I've heard a lot of the bad stuff. Believe me, I know. But to see my children suffer is something that I am not comfortable with. And if you know anybody who has autism, you might understand what I'm talking about. But to have them go off of their treatment or their schedule or their routine for 2 weeks will be absolutely detrimental to the kids, and it'll set them back 2 months. So I'm going to be the big man and do the right thing for my kids. Praise the masculine flames. It's the election infection. It absolutely is. It's crazy. Another quick story. So I was in, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. What's Charlotte? I was in Charlotte Airport in North Carolina for a layover, and I went to use the restroom, and there was a early teen boy filling up his water bottle at one of the fountains they have where you can fill up water bottles. And he saw me come out of the restroom, and he like jumped back like he was Spider-Man and stuck to the wall like he was gonna die if somebody walked near him and actually breathed to live. So I took a chance, said, "Settle down, young man. You'll be okay. It's all for show. You'll be okay." And it's just amazing how we should take some stuff serious about it because it's there, but you don't have to like lose like touch with the reality. There were so many people I saw in Florida. If you're in Florida, I'm sorry about what I'm going to say. Y'all drive like assholes. You guys drive crazy. Speed limit was 70 on 95 and most of the local highways there, and I was doing 80, and people were blowing by me like I wasn't even moving. Driving up on your tailpipe, and these people are crazy. But yeah, I saw so many people down there driving with gloves and a mask inside their car. Somebody explain that to me. I mean, it's just, but again, right? It is what it is here. Let's see. Say hi to some folks here. Emu 5454, how we doing? Aviator 23 Fly Free. Brian Green, thank you all for joining. Camo Jack, using logic with the idiots. That's my biggest downfall, man. That's truth, brutal honesty. Sometimes people don't like it. Let's see. Jay Gadget Ariel says, if you turn in your guns, COVID will go away. Yeah, I bet that's what the Democrat ticket would love everybody to believe. People control, says Rose. Absolutely correct. Vitamin C, yep, absolutely. I take them like most people. I take a multi every day, and now I'll do like whenever I go to a trip, especially like Vegas or something, I always do that emergency and airborne. So I'll just start chewing on that stuff again. How are we doing? Mandatory vaccines are coming. Thomas, I'm glad you mentioned that, because the one article I read was, where were we? I don't know. I forgot which airport it was in. It was either Charlotte or Gainesville. There's an article, and I'll try to pull it up on my history and I'll forward it on my Facebook or something. But there's actually a law on the books from way back when, and some goofball brought this out that I guess according to them, and I want to read up on that. They can make these vaccinations mandatory, and people can get fined or imprisoned if they don't do it. I'm telling you, I'm not taking it, and I hope everybody out there, make your own decision. But my stance is, if they can't have a vaccine that works for the influenza, which kills more people than the coof, or they can't figure out the common cold, and they've been working on that supposedly for 100 years, you really think they can cure coronavirus in 6 weeks or something like that? Unless they already had it all along, Fauci, right? Let's see. Yeah, the CDC said they had an 80% false positive rate in March. I just read, well, in Florida, when we were last night, when we were driving back to the hotel, they said that there was a lab in Florida that had not been reporting their positive tests accordingly. So they lumped them all together. So like in one day, they had to report all 4,000 positive tests that they've had for the last several months, which caused the numbers in Florida to skyrocket. So it's not really as high as it says in most places. But yeah, let's see. We got a whole bunch of comments. Things kind of freezing up on me. Let me pop out chat here. Quarantine and zinc. Yeah, I'm about to get some zinc, but yeah. Cynthia, the title isn't true. Well, technically, I am quarantined, or the kids have to be separated, or the health people who come to the house are quarantining from us. So for 2 weeks, I have to hide. Yeah. Rose, thank you. Sorry to hear you have to quarantine due to protecting your children. What do you think of Kamala Harris for Biden's VP? So I'm going to definitely address this in a couple videos because Kamala is, excuse me, my back is destroyed from sitting for so long. Kamala Harris, if you've been a member of the channel for a while, you remember that when she announced that she was running for president, how much negative stuff she was saying, and you could use that search thing and go through and watch those videos. But she's bad. She was horrible for guns in California, and through her rise all the way up to when she's a senator now, she's not been a friend by any means, even though she owns a gun. She owns a gun for personal protection, but she wants to take your gun at all costs. She already said she was in favor for door-to-door confiscations. She also said that she believed Joe Biden's accusers and called him a racist, but now she likes him enough. I don't know, figure that out. But yeah, she's horrible. This ticket is the biggest anti-gun conglomerate that's running for office we've ever seen, really ever seen. We got Biden, who's proven in his career that he's anti-gun and actually has taken major steps to get things that actually were signed into law. We have Kamala Harris, who's been part of her charge is anti-gun stuff and getting guns banned and restricted in California and stuff like that. Don't forget that Crazy Sniffy was saying that he was going to have Beto O'Rourke as part of his cabinet to destroy firearms. And in their pockets, you have people like Michael Bloomberg and George Soros who are funding everything for this. This is the biggest anti-gun group that has been on the same team with the same focus ever. And it's really imperative that we, no matter what we think about Donald Trump, the individual, we have to get over what our personal feelings are. And you guys know how I feel about him for guns. We can't let that other group win. We absolutely can't let them win. And I know a lot of people are saying Jo Jorgensen, I believe that's her last name over there, on the libertarian side. And I don't know a lot about her. I've looked at some of the things she's campaigned on, but I honestly, this is me, take it for what it's worth, but I don't see her as an electable candidate for the sheer amount of votes that she would need. And I do believe that if you vote for her, it'll kind of be a vote for Joe, because it's kind of a negated vote for the Republican ticket, if you know what I mean. Kind of different. Oh, hey, my buddy Liberty Doll's here. How we doing? She's smartened up. She's leaving this state, and I have told my wife today that we're done. I am absolutely done with this state, especially today. So. A couple other people are asking why I'm in quarantine. I'll do it again. I'm in quarantine because we went to Florida for 2.5 days. And yesterday, while we were in Florida, the group that provides the autism services for all 4 of my children said they were pulling out so that we could quarantine for 2 weeks, pulling out their staff for their safety. So we're going to try to do the whole swab the frontal lobe test to try to prove the negative results, and then try to get them back faster for the kids. And I honestly believe if any of you like have ever done SHOT Show, I think we were all exposed to it at SHOT Show because like 2/3 of everybody out there got horribly sick for a couple weeks. I was one of them, and I'm hoping that was it. Liberty Doll says she's saying hi to all of you because she can't tag everybody on mobile. So Rock Hill, South Carolina. I was looking at South Carolina today and last night, especially last night after this phone call came and told us what was going on. South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Utah. That's my top. And I still like Texas, even though it's going to really depend on what's going on with this election. That's what we're looking for. What I'm looking for. For those people who have said kind things about my mother-in-law, thank you. She needs the prayers. She absolutely needs the prayers. But yeah. VA Wolf says he had the Cove 2.5 weeks around Easter. Get better soon. I'm not sick, man. Thank you, though. I am not sick at all. I have to do this for my kids to prove that I'm not sick, because that's how stupid people get. Let's overreact and forget about freedom, but that's what's aggravating. Let's see. Get a couple more things here. Oop, well, that thing's flying. Thank you for all the comments. It's flying. Spencer, I'm invited to Texas. Thank you. I've been to Texas once before. Was in the Dallas, Fort Worth area. Drove there when I lived in New Orleans. Drove all the way there and back. Nice area. It was really nice area. Hot as balls, but nice area. Jesse, how we doing? Thank you so much. Tennessee, yeah, Tennessee's looking good. There's a few places I'm looking. I hate this state. I absolutely hate Massachusetts. Charlie Baker, if this ever makes it to your desk, you're an ass. You're a clown, and I hate everything you're doing to this state. Yeah, had to say that. Everybody who lives in Mass is smiling around because they know what's going on. Lovely Morning says New Hampshire's the way to go. If we could, we would. New Hampshire has some issues because both chambers of your House both chambers of your legislature are Democrat controlled right now. And if it wasn't for Sununu, your governor, vetoing everything that got before him as far as gun control, New Hampshire would be a different issue right now. So you got a good one. Keep them. And vote these bobos out of office. Steel punishes. Then thinking about Tennessee from Florida. Florida, yeah, it's hot, man. It's very hot. Michigan, I won't go north. I'm done going north. I am absolutely done with snow. I moved south for once already for a reason, and I'm done. I am absolutely done with winter. I hate it. At least our winter. I know some places, in the Carolinas get a little bit of snow, but when I say snow, y'all who live up here know. I mean, our snow is like 100 inches in a weekend sometimes. I'm all set with that. Yeah, Dragon Shirt, I agree. Massachusetts is terrible. Come to Wisconsin, 750,000 people will go out in the woods one day, all kinds of firearms. Been to Wisconsin several times, up in the Oshkosh area. Oshkosh, Amherst, Fond du Lac. I was up in Green Bay. But yeah, I've been around that area a bit. Beautiful area. Gorgeous countryside. You got a lot of windmills. But snow, winter, done. Andre, Black Lives Matter protest outside my house in New York, praying nothing gets violent. Get better, Jared. Thank you. You're awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Keep yourself safe. Don't put yourself in a situation you don't have to. But ultimately, take care of you. Let's see. Mandatory vax needs to be the Patriots' line in the sand, Maribeth. I agree. I'm not doing it. I'll say it on record again. I'm not doing it. And that's that. Charlie Baker's going to have to come here himself. Oklahoma. It's nice. I know it's nice. It's dry. We'll see. Georgia is better than Connecticut. Yes, I don't like Connecticut either. For those of you who've been here for a while, I live on the corner of Mass, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Literally, it's like 2 miles from my house where I'm sitting right now is the actual corner of all 3 states. So in theory, off of this, the state edict, the state communist edict for travel. In theory, if I stand on that corner and put my foot in Rhode Island they've deemed as a red state, I would think I'd have to quarantine my foot or something. It's so stupid. Ed Snowden says, "What's your Boogaloo's flu EDC?" Well, now that I'm gonna have a lot more time in the house, I'll probably, I don't want to give away too many secrets because obvious reasons, but I usually have a full-size firearm on me, and I usually have a longer distance type tool that has certain attachments that help people with failing eyesight at distances see a little bit better, or to make things clearer, and even make things brighter sometimes. I always have one of those around me too. So there you go. Also, if you guys and gals, if you haven't done it yet, I know the world's going crazy right now. If you haven't looked at body armor or even helmets and stuff like that, like I just bought my first non-job related helmet from Hard Hat Veterans, I think is the name of the company. Forgive me. I'm tired. I haven't slept in 3 freaking days. But yeah, I just bought mine. You should probably look into that stuff now, while you can still technically get it. Let's see. Tiger Diesel says Kentucky. I got to look more into that. Marguerite says, check out Montana. I actually had family that was in Montana for a long time. Again, too cold. I mean, the winters are crazy. Join me in Maryland? Hell no. Tommy, no, yeah, North Carolina is nice. I don't know though. It's getting to the point where, like, if we don't start voting the right, I don't want to say the right way, because there's no, depending on your beliefs, there's no really wrong way to vote. But if you're a gun owner, we got to start making sure more people realize that they stop voting for gun control, and that includes our friends. Some might be here. There are Democrat voters who are gun owners, but we need to get them to realize that by continuing to vote these ways, hurt the end goal, which is obviously to maintain our freedom for future generations. Let's see. This just went blank on me. I'll take a couple of questions. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on this thing. The scroll's real here. I just saw a decent question. Where the hell did they go? Oh, here's a good one. ML. What's up with the ammo shortage? A lot of the new gun owners bought ammo. A lot of people stockpiled ammo and bought more ammo when they saw what was happening in the world. And I do know that, and I haven't checked in on this in a while, but when the gun numbers started skyrocketing as far as breaking records month on month, I know the ammo companies were running 24 hours, some were running 2 shifts to try to keep up with the demand, and ultimately they fell behind. And from what I'm told, and there are more people out there that know more about this than me, but what I'm told, it takes generally a little while for the ammo supply to catch up to the firearm supply once people stop the panic buying. And you're starting to see it now. Here or there, you'll start to see some people have a pallet, and you're starting to see stuff show up. But it's going to be a while before it catches up, probably a couple months. And one thing you've probably already noticed, I noticed because I just bought some ammo and I paid more than I normally ever would for it. Because the manufacturers ran out of everything, then they had to purchase more raw materials, and raw materials, the prices are going up right now because foundries were closed and factories were closed and all that stuff. So the trickle effect is that ammo prices will rise and have risen, but not to the cheaper than dirt levels. If you hear, I'm sorry if you hear the banging. My kids are jumping like maniacs. My apologies. But that is dad life. But yeah, the ammo shortage is real. So stock up. If you see something, buy something. I don't like to pay. Like, I could have bought a lot of stuff right now, but I'm not paying 50 cents a round for something that was 14 cents a round. I'm just not going to do it. Maybe there will be a time when I'll have to, but I'm not right now. Virginia has all 4 seasons and 1 blackface. Yeah, old Ralphie boy, old Northam. What about North Carolina? Why are they hiding a story about a 5-year-old boy getting shot in the face and murdered for riding his bicycle in the grass a little bit? I saw that come through my feed. I honestly, I'm not aware of that story. I know which one you're referring to. I just haven't read up on it because it made it through my feed today, like an hour ago, when I was upstairs trying to catch up with 3 days. It doesn't help the narrative. That's why, right? It doesn't help the narrative. Scott Campbell, if you guys have ammo, stop buying ammo so we can get some. I have 40 rounds and 1 rifle newly built. Yeah, struggle is real, man. It's funny because I have 2 firearms here sitting in the safe that I have to do reviews on, right? But I don't have any ammo. So yeah, the struggle is real. Like, I need ammo too, so I can work. But it's going to be a little while. Vic Diaz just joined the chat. To Jared, no, I don't have COVID-19. Hope nobody. I know everybody has it, but I have to. Long story short, for my kids, the services for them were removed, and I'm going to go to try to prove to people that I am negative. So I will be getting a test tomorrow. Just don't know how long it's going to take to come back. So we'll see. Dawsonville, Georgia. So I don't know if they're saying that's where you're from. If you are, awesome. Or if it's a good place to live. If it is, I'm going to be checking into it. I tried in earnest last night to move. I really did. It was, we were just coming back from Port Orange, Florida, and had to drive literally across the whole state to get back to Gainesville. And I drove by a sign and it said Powerball 169 million. And I was like, yes, I'm moving tonight. But I got 1 number. So back to Massachusetts I came. Hell's Favorites says Providence, Rhode Island is the worst. It's the 3rd world dump. Yes, Providence is not a good place to live. Rhode Island as a whole, the struggle is real right now. Gina Raimondo, your governor, is no friend to freedom. It's like a competition between these communist, Marxist, progressive governors. And most governors don't like when you call them progressive. Like Charlie Baker and Gina Raimondo and Ralph Northam and Newsom out in California and Cuomo in New York. They're all trying to grab the headline of I'm the best. And our governor is a Republican. He's a rhino. He's not even a Democrat. He's trying to beat them at their own game. Song says, I live in Los Angeles. Sorry to hear that. if you're a gun owner, I'm sorry to hear that. Any state is better than. I probably didn't get the whole comment or the whole conversation. Stan says, don't come to Texas. Okay. You don't want me there? Dothan, Alabama. I will not move to a city again. I'm done with cities. Bob Riley, give me. Yeah, I was trying to hook up with my buddy Hank Strange lives in Gainesville, and I wanted to hook up with him and grab a bite with him and Lola, his wife, but I literally ran nonstop for 2 days, and I passed out last night, and it was time to go to the airport when I woke up. What we got? Billy Wilder says, Mentone, Alabama, beautiful place to live. I'll have to check them out because the Freedom Fire has been lit again. It's burning like crazy. But one thing, one of the states, one of the requirements I guess I'm gonna have is how these states are handling this this stuff, or as it's looking on the screen, that stuff, because I'm done with this. Chattanooga, Tennessee. I was actually looking at houses in Chattanooga on Zillow. Oh, just outside the city. I don't want to live in city limits anymore. Florida doesn't have state tax. Correct. I saw that. I have family that lives in Deltona, and obviously my mother-in-law lives down in Port Orange. But yeah, no state tax is a good thing, but they'll always get it from you somehow. Virginia, yes. Little River Rick. Virginia's, it's not a friendly place for firearm owners right now. What do we got? Oops, just refreshed. Damn it. I was on a roll. Sorry, guys, the chat's refreshing. I'll take a couple questions. If you guys have any questions, throw them in there. Hopefully I get to see them. If I don't see them or don't call on yours, please don't take it personal. Let's see. I live in Jersey. Murphy sucks. Yes, Murphy does suck. I don't know how I could forget that clown. Ohio, says Lori. Chillicothe. I'm probably butchering it. Ohio again. I've been in Ohio in the winter. Yep, I'm not feeling the winter. I don't know, Stan. If I go to Texas, you know how I'm voting, man. Let's see. Here's one. Dan 988 says, "Come to the Ozarks. We have Castle Doctrine and Stand Your Ground, and your car is an extension of your home." And Marty, whatever his name is, there from the Ozarks, right? Or Ruth and the family, if we see where they live. Those are all going to be big things for me, is how friendly the state is to our freedom. It's going to be a big one. I lived in, like I said, I lived in New Orleans for 3 years, and they have in Louisiana, your car is an extension of your home too. And coming from a state like this and going down there to see that happen for the first time was like, oh my God. It was pretty cool. We got 2A Metalhead. Looks like Alice Cooper. That's cool. North Carolina is great. Don't mind the governor. We're kicking him out this November. Been watching. I hope so. We absolutely have to get out and vote, guys and gals. Whether you like to vote or not, or if you're one of those people that complains about it, it's time this year. You absolutely have to make sure you're registered and get friends and family to vote against gun control. If Kamala and Sniffy win, Kamala will be president. I mean, Joe's falling apart. The guy's frail, and he doesn't even leave the basement. So, Kyle Dunn, Jared, do you have any suggestions of which red states to move to if my family decides to leave all the commie states? I'm trying to figure that out myself, Kyle. Some of the ones we've just been talking about are good. Let's see, Kansas City, Missouri. Again, maybe the area around there, but I'm not doing cities because cities typically equal liberals, and liberals equal me losing my mind and my freedom. Wait till flu season. Absolutely. They're going to be off the wall crazy. Whatever you do, says Michael, says stay the heck away from Illinois. Yeah. Yep. Chicago. I did see when I was scrolling through on my timeline, I guess the mayor of Chicago is saying that in order to help save the city from those 73 days of insurrection there, that they need more gun control. So that's a city that has the most gun control in the country, not the world, but in the country, wants more. That tells you everything you need to know. Austin Tyler says Missouri is still okay for now, except for St. Louis, obviously, but Kim Gardner should get voted out soon. Well, that comes down to voting because she's got the money and she easily defeated her opponent in the primary. So hopefully, I don't see St. Louis swinging to conservative, but it's something like that's going to have to happen. William Joseph, Colorado Springs is still doing good. Again, Colorado's cold. Don't move to North Carolina. Taxes are high. Okay, good to know. Tosh Miller, am I still on the job or disability over your back? I'm still on the job. I've been out for a long time. I can't say much about the process because I'll probably anger somebody and somehow violate some type of policy without knowing about it. But let's just say one doctor who's been seeing me all along says I now need spine surgery in order to continue doing that. The town obviously sees things a little different with their doctor, so now they're in that stage of deciding what they're going to do. So do I end up disabled? I don't know. It's a possibility right now. Frustrates me to even think about it, but we'll see with that. Jason Arlen, great progress, people with autism. That's going to be, obviously that's going to be huge for me is the kids. Because Massachusetts is kind of like leading the nation as far as that because of the hospitals in Boston. Let's see, it just refreshed again. Why does this refresh so much? Sorry, guys, if I miss you, because every time it refreshes, it catches up to the current time instead of where I was. All right, let's see. Idaho's good and cold, I think. Lisa Griffin, will you be able to work wherever you go? As long as I keep doing this, I hope so. Yeah, with the career side, I don't know, to be honest with you. There's a lot of questions, a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of sleepless nights thinking about what the future holds and how do I provide, if I can't do what I've pretty much done my life. But I'm hoping that this angle and dealing with people who are interested in freedom and stuff like that can help parlay to something down the road. Who knows? Maybe I'll run against some person who needs to be ousted and let freedom take over. Chris Neal, thank you, buddy. It says, in California and absolutely hate it. Wish I could get up to Idaho. Feel you. I have a kid with special needs. Yeah, man, the struggle is absolutely real. Mad Max, you sick? I am not sick. I'm exhausted, so I probably sound it right now, but I'm not sick at all. My allergies, now that I'm back home, I'm allergic to my dog, and I haven't taken any of my allergy meds for 3 days because I haven't had to, and so I'm itchy and eyes are burning and watery. But that's the dog. John Doe, move out of Massachusetts as soon as you're able. It will only get worse, not better. Oh, I know, man. It's fine. My brain's already out. I just got to get my rear end out too. Who says Missouri, two-way sanctuary state. Guns aren't registered except the ATF legal backdoor registry. Yeah. And then probably the best comment yet. Boom. Jared Calvin. Epstein didn't kill himself, and neither did Ghislaine Maxwell. Right? Maybe a little early. Let's see. Ariel says President Trump just found out today, mentioned in his briefing that Kamala isn't eligible for VP. I'll have to look at that back because there's not really a lot of eligibility requirements other than an American-born citizen. Actually, that's for president. I think he can be a let's look it up, shall we? Because it's been a long time since I had civics class. Vice President requirements. Let's see. Still, natural-born citizen. She might not. Was she born in Jamaica? I know she had family from Jamaica who owned like slaves too, from what I heard. Natural-born citizen, at least 35 years old, and a resident in the U.S. for at least 14 years. That's it. I mean, that's all you need to do to become president. You don't have to be a lawyer like all these clowns want to be now, so they can manipulate the laws. So I'd have to check that out. If you have a link to that, Ariel, seriously, if you have a link to that, send that to me, please. Guns and gadgets at charter.net, because that'll be definitely something I follow up on. And the comment was so good, let's go to it twice. Boom. Let's see. Virgil says, Northeast or East Texas? Kamala said yesterday. I'm sorry, Eric Hayes. Kamala said yesterday she wants to limit the amount of red meat we can eat. Did she really say that? This is a sinister adult joke that I could make right now, but I won't. Yeah. She should not be telling anybody what to do. And she's got a lot of skeletons in her closet. Patriot Rising. Sorry to hear of your family's challenges. God's best. Enjoy the lockdown. Thanks, man. I love those kids. That's why I'm doing it. Otherwise, boat accident for Cammy and Sniffy. Actually, I was reading. Something in the airport. I think it was a comment on somebody else's Facebook page, and Sniff and Blow is the name that they're giving this group running. And if you don't know about it, I'll let you figure it out on your own. Tennessee says no state income tax. Sales tax sucks from Len. Yeah, that happens a lot. Like New Hampshire, there's no sales tax, but their property tax is through the roof. So that's how they make up on it. Daniel Jack, I'm moving to Indiana from Illinois. Same name. Jared Pendry says, do I think COVID is a hoax? No, because I do know people who have it. I do know people who have passed from it being a complication. I personally, again, this is my opinion. I am not a doctor, nor did I say at a Holiday Inn Express last night. But what I think is that it's just like the flu, because I have two friends that have it right now, literally right now. And they say it's like the worst flu you've had. It's like being kicked in the gut. And after 4 days, they felt better. 4 or 5 days, they felt better. The cough lasted a little bit, but then fatigue is the biggest issue. And I'm a big believer in statistics, right? And if you have a 99%, so if you contract coronavirus, you might not even get COVID-19, right? Might not develop to that. It's the same with like HIV and AIDS, right? Doesn't mean you have COVID-19 if you have coronavirus. But if you do get coronavirus, you still have a 99% chance of a full recovery. Those are chances I can live with. That's a risk I can absolutely live with. If God forbid I ever get it, or my mother gets it, or my brother gets it, but if they have a 99% chance of recovery, that's a pretty good number. That's slightly better than most cases, right? The flu kills more people. Measles kills more people. H1N1, where 60 million Americans were infected, right? And we didn't wear a mask, and we didn't hide in our houses, and we weren't told you can't have your business anymore. We weren't told that if you have a bar that didn't serve food, you can't open because this virus can figure that out. It's what it is perfect timing for the movement who has been trying to infiltrate for years, and they could use this as a cover. But the virus is a real thing, not as bad. Again, my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, we can still be friends. I'm sure you do things that I don't like either, but my opinion is that it's overblown. So yeah, probably just pissed off 2/3 of the people in here, but hey, this is my show, damn it. Blue Ridge Mountains, yes, I know it's beautiful. Some friends went and showed me some video of motorcycle riding through there. Let's see, Illinois, we need a damn ID to own guns. Yes, the firearms owner's identification card that was ruled unconstitutional but is being appealed. We'll see how that goes, right? Corey John, the book called Strategic Location has tons of info on each state. Let me write that down. Strategic location. Thanks, man. I'll check that out. Like I said, I'm getting too old. This is the last. If I move, when I move, it's gonna be the last move. Unless I win that Powerball, then I'll have a couple houses in different states. Rudy, stay well, brother. I'm autistic and is a bitch. Hats off to you, Rudy. I know your struggle, man. I know. And I don't know where you are on the spectrum, but my 4 kids are all over the place. So I know how difficult it can be, man. So keep doing you. I'm glad you're working with it. 50 Shades of FDE, good name. So sad what has happened in Mass when so many freedom-minded people came from there since 1776. Our founding fathers would be sick, but would they have COVID? Stay safe, you too, man. I'm gonna reach above me and put on the ceiling fan because I had to turn the AC off because it's loud and it's hot in here. Not Florida hot, but it's crazy. These lights are no joke. All right. How long have we been on? Oof. Wow, it's a while. All right, we'll do like 5 more minutes, guys, and then I'll boogie. I don't want to take up all your nights. Just shooting the S. Lynn, thank you kindly. Big sis one moved to Arizona. I actually was looking at Arizona. There are certain parts of Arizona that seem rather nice. Hans, quick heal to you. Hans, thank you. I am not sick, and please don't jinx me. But I'm just going to prove that I'm not sick. Icon, just humid in the South is all. Yeah, man. Florida. I haven't been to Florida in 35 years. When I was 10. I was in Florida, did the Disney World thing with my father and my brother. Last 3 days, man. I actually texted Hank Strange, like, how do you deal with this heat? It was crazy. You're going to make a video on the recent Hawaii case ruling. Shoot me an email and let me know exactly which Hawaii case you're talking about, because there are a couple things out of a couple different states that I do have to catch up on. Like I said, I've been out of the running for 3 days, and then even the day before I left, I took that day off too. So, but yes, if it's something that needs to be brought out to light, I will. Take some zinc. Yes, I have to get some zinc. Let me see. Chaos. When I was a kid, it was the drugs they put me on when I was a kid. Autism. I can read a book and listen to educational guides at the same time. Like the System Lies. My kid was all, yeah, I totally get that. I know people who had previously been diagnosed and are now not. They don't have a diagnosis because they've done things totally different. Not the case with my little ones, though. They weren't medicated at all. Oh, let's see. Disney is not Florida. No, but my uncle Ruben lives in Deltona, so we were there for like 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. So I did the Orlando, Deltona, Daytona. We went to Tampa. Did the whole gamut. We did Wet and Wild. I don't even know if that's still there. Wet and Wild, Busch Gardens, Tampa, Disney, Epcot, and there was one other one. Oh, SeaWorld. I loved SeaWorld. It was awesome. Great one, Jeff. Why are you online with no mask? That's just so I saw literally, like, before I came down, there is a state. I gotta look at it. I can't remember where it was because I laughed so hard at the freaking headline. A state that has required their people to stay home and they're Zooming in for work. They're making them wear a mask on the Zoom call. They're not near anybody. They have to wear a mask to show that they're complying with the policy. This is crazy. This country's losing their shit. They really are. Oh, that's right for a correction. Let's see. Doug Gentry, the DA that charged the cop in Atlanta, lost re-election yesterday. Opponent got 73%. That is a solid thing. That's a solid thing. Good people are. I hope that the stuff that's been happening is causing people to wake the F up. What's the update on the NRA? ML says they're getting hammered. They're getting their, what, kicked in the dirt. That's the update. They're on the. They're fighting a big battle. I've read half of that lawsuit because that's a lot of reading, and the same reason that you guys don't sit down and read laws and stuff like that is the same reason I can only take it so long, because it's crazy. But I'll tell you what, that investigation appears thorough and detailed. And typically when things are that thorough and that detailed, not that I'm saying it's in this case, but in general, they got you. They got you good. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. Let's see. I just did it again. I was just catching up. Son of a booch. Sorry, guys. I did it again. George Hotch. Michigan, spring, summer, fall, beautiful. Winter is not so good. We would love to have you. I've been to Michigan as well. I've been to a lot of the country. Michigan is beautiful. I was there in the fall. But yeah, nope. Not in that winter, man. Hell no. All right. This is people saying that was Wisconsin, so that was Wisconsin that did that. That's my mother calling. Call you back in a minute, Mom. All right, guys. Let's see. I'll take a couple quick ones here again, and then we'll sign off. I just wanted everybody to know what was going on, because I did put that picture up, and people were texting me like, "Dude, you're dying." I'm okay. All is well here. Not sick. Hopefully, I'll never be sick, but we'll see. Cool. GOA all the way. Absolutely. If you guys aren't a member, do it. Monet, France. Trump cannot be trusted, wants to defund Social Security. I'd have to read that. I personally haven't seen that. But I know that the Democrats have been borrowing against Social Security for 50 years, and they want to just, every time they pass something, they borrow against it. So before you get so caught up in what people are the hot ticket is, make sure you just look into it. Not just this, but in anything. Enlightened and Preparing. I made a great video about masks on my YouTube channel. Check them out, guys. See how it looks. Phil C. Does GOA have the lobbying power of the NRA? No. GOA does lobby. Most pro-gun organizations do lobby. You have to lobby. That's how you get the politicians to see the truth in some stuff. Those that still listen. Those that still do, the right stuff. But yeah, nobody's as big as the NRA is right there. Remember when Trump was running, they spent, $45 million in his campaign. That's something that I don't think there's another group out there that can do that. That's some serious coin. Will they get that big? Probably. If something happens to the NRA and they no longer have that grasp or that platform, that soapbox, I believe that the void would be filled ultimately, whether it's by one group or a couple solid groups. But the NRA has, there's a lot to the NRA, and it's easy for us to get pissed and say, they need to go away. But they're huge. They really are. They're in a lot of areas that most people aren't aware of, like shooting ranges. Like if your club needs to update a range or something like that, there's programs where they can get money from the NRA to do that. And I don't think there's any programs like that, to my knowledge, anywhere else. So there are some good stuff. GOA does a lot of lawsuits, as you've seen. I report on just about every one of them. In fact, thanks for reminding me. I got to work out the day, but in the next couple of days, I'm going to have Sam Paredes from GOA and Gun Owners of California on here live, and we're going to talk about the Roe v. Becerra case and what is going on and what they've done out there to try to get some movement. So stay tuned for that announcement. I have to call Sam. I'm so tired. I got so much to do. Let me write that down too. Call Sam. Sam, if you're watching, bro, I'm sorry. I didn't forget. I just been home for about an hour and I'm beat. All right. What are your symptoms? 0, not a 1. I am not sick. I'm probably jinxing myself, but I am not sick. Rah, I'm good, man. I'll let you rewatch the beginning there. I'll explain the whole thing, but I'm good. Let's see. VA Wolf, overall glad you're not affected by the effects of the coof. I hope that more people stop being sheeple, as you said, and good luck, brother. Prove them wrong. VA Wolf, GOA, VCDL, FPC. I remember all those as well. Thank you, buddy. Ba-doom. All right. So I am going to boogie. It's been an hour, and I only told my wife I would probably come on for 15 to 20 minutes to say hi to everybody because it's been a few days. But thanks, everybody, for your support, for your love. I can't do this without you. I won't do this without you, and I do this for our team. And our team needs to be solid this year. So we'll be doing some more videos focused on what we need to do going into the election and how we can help it. And these kids sound like they're trying to kill each other. All right, guys, I got some catching up to do with stuff. I will be back at it in full force tomorrow because I can't do anything else. So until we see each other again, everybody, I love you all. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry your weapon. Have a fantastic one. And I'll be back with you tomorrow. Take care.